Coca Cola 10-pin bowling classic. I'm Terry Kennedy. And we're at the Richlands Centre in Brisbane. Jeanette Baker, South Australia up against Queensland. What a game.
They've got the odds against them here. They've got the home crowd and the home turf to beat.
Well, the locals, they're headed up by a flamboyant character in Tony Roderick. Keep an eye on him. He's the captain. Kelly Hurd, the female of the group. She loves swimming, gym and travelling. And Tony Kelly, they call him Pablo. His current average is 200.
South Australia is headed by Brenton Davey. 3 perfect games to his credit. Joanne Spencer, the second bowler, 12 years experience bowling. And thirdly, Jim Hine, 27 years of age and a current average of 200.
So some real gun bowlers there, as Jeanette Baker said. Tony Roderick. Listen to this local crowd, as we mentioned. They're right behind the Queenslanders here. And Tony Roderick, I said he was a flamboyant character.
Tony loves the crowd and he loves having the crowd behind him.
His opening ball. Crowd cut way across. I think Tony might have got carried away with a bit of the crowd support there.
I think so. He was hoping that the crowd would push the 10 pins down and he wouldn't have to worry about it. But again, the ball just taking off way too soon and missing way out to the right-hand side there. As he changes to a harder case ball. Go a little bit more direct at the spare.
Should make the spare, as he does.
Good cover.
He'd be happy with that, making the spare in the opening frame. His teammates, Tony Kelly and Kelly Hurd, give him words of encouragement.
Covers, allowing for the deflection to take that back pin. But here we go. On the opposite team, the other flamboyant character of the competition.
This bloke doesn't mind the crowd either.
He loves it.
Brenton Davey, they call him Tuckleberry, is a federal police officer. His opening ball, this second round, end 2, cut across the head pin.
He's not impressed. He's gone across to the right-hand side of the head pin. Looking for a bit of mix, but that ball, that pin dropping down in front and leaving him the 5-7 split. South Australia coming into this second round, placed 7th. Queensland was 2nd.
Davey now. Not an impossible split, but a tough one. And he misses, so leaves that frame open. That's a bonus for Queensland, a blow for South Australia, but only the opening frame, Jeanette.
Absolutely. If you're going to open one, it's better to do it early in the game. He went for the shot, which is what you can afford to do in the early stage of the game, as we have young Kelly Hurd.
Really enjoys championship bowling, Kelly Hurd.
Yes!
Comes up with a strike. That's a good reason why the big smile breaks out. The low 5s. Kelly Hurd can sit down, relax now. Says, how about you two blokes doing something?
Exactly. I've done what I came out here to do. I got my strike. As we see Joe Spencer getting up on the right-hand lane, focusing on target, long swing, looking for the roll. Ooh, not quite up. And that washout split again. Not pleased at all with that shot. As we see, when the ball's down too early, it gets a bounce about it, and consequently the ball's going to go a little bit straighter. It's not going to hook as much at the back end and get up to the head pin for a strike.
Can she clean up?
Hurry, hurry.
Gives it a shot. Ooh.
Okay, good try. Good try, good try.
So the words of good try come from Brenton Davey.
As we see the spare shooting going for Joe Spencer. A little bit too high on the head pin, and it goes back into the pit and not back onto the 10 pin.
So South Australia have left their 2 opening frames open, which is exactly what you don't want to do. Tony Kelly now for Queensland, the number 3 bowler. His opening bowler championship.
Oh,
what a swinger.
Do you think he gave that enough room? I was even questioning whether it was going to go in the channel at one stage there.
Tinkered on the channel.
But right out, it hung over the edge there, but came back with a vengeance. He was ready to ride that ball and came back too hard, leaving this split. He'll make sure to play safe.
So now Queensland leaves a frame open. So they've failed to really penalise South Australia at this stage.
No, they haven't been able to capitalise, especially with that strike to go for. But once each of the players have each had a ball on the lanes, they'll settle in. There's Jim Hine up on the left-hand lane. Gets the ball right out there. Up. Night.
Okay, have the spare. Come on. Have the spare.
It's clean. Captain calling out, we'll have the spare. Go back, get the 2 pins remaining.
Spares seem a bonus at this stage.
Well, the game should be focused on the spares, but in this kind of format, it's very, very difficult for the players. It's one game, rotating a shot between the 3 players. Concentration is very difficult.
Hurry, ball, hurry.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
There's a couple of worrying words there from the skipper. And Jimmy says it was never in doubt, Skip.
Never, never. Got the ball down a little bit earlier, covered both the front and the back pin.
Well, at the end of the 3rd frame, it's Queensland. They're in front by 21. South Australia doing battle in the Coca Cola 10-pin Classic. And at the moment, Queensland, the home side with the crowd support, 21 in front. Tony Roderick now up. The skipper loves playing in front of the crowd.
Loves to ride the strikes. If it gets close, you'll see him riding it. Ooh, high.
Now the perspiration. It's hard work out there.
Shaking his head, looking at it, happy with it so far. Going to ride it, but sees the ball going to cut back and overhook at the back end. See if he can put this one between the 2 pins left.
Should tidy up.
Yes, good cover. Great cover, Tony.
Roderick
Converts the baby split on the left-hand side of the lane. As we see, perfect execution. The ball hitting the 2 pin, deflecting slightly and taking out the 7 pin.
It's like an exact science, isn't it?
It's far more deceiving when you look at the pins down the other end to realise how much distance there is between them.
Brenton Davey, he wants a strike. He's crossed the line again, over the top of the head pin. He's yet to cut loose.
Exactly. As we see this shot, the ball just hooks too much at the other end. And if you can understand it, when you bowl a big hooking ball, it's harder, much more difficult to be able to control it on tenuous conditions. And that is just a simple getting the ball down a fraction early means it's going to take off a lot earlier too.
Davey cleans up the spare as expected for his team, South Australia. Now Kelly Hurd, who set the crowd alight, as we see Brenton Davey there. Out goes the spare, down it goes. Kelly Hurd, who set the local crowd alight here only moments ago when she came up with a big strike. No one would like to see another one more than Kelly.
Oh, it's crossing, mix. Oh, no. She's using a soft case ball. And it's difficult to be able to trust it. Oh, that elbow was out a little bit on release, which means the ball's going to take off and cross over. So she's left herself the sleeper on the right-hand side. Not only does she have to cover the front pin, but she also has to cover the back pin. Oh, my goodness.
It was a wayward shot.
And if that doesn't open it up for South Australia, nothing will. Gives them every chance now to get back into this game.
And it's Joanne Spencer. It's Kelly Hurd. One of the worst balls she's probably ever bowled.
Exactly. One of the type of things you'd never wish to do again.
Joanne Spencer can put South Australia way back into this championship.
Goes light. Leaving the 2-4-5. Having a look at it. Wondering what adjustment will I need to make so that I hit the pocket the next time.
Very serious, Joanne Spencer.
It's such a thinking game as well when you get to this level. Ooh,
Can't tidy him up. So another open frame by South Australia. And really, they're letting Queensland get away with a bit here.
Exactly. They're not able to capitalise on the fact that Queensland opened a frame and coming back. But let's see what Pablo can do this time.
Pablo, Tony Kelly goes to the line, age 33.
He's got it down. He's got some room. Oh!
One refuses to drop.
Three pins.
Kelly.
3 pins here, aiming towards it, and it still stood.
Centimetres, he said. That's
Absolutely. Beautiful execution, running the ball in. 9 pin, 4 pin, and still it stands. Good solid technique, good cover of the spare. Tony's a very popular bowler here in Brisbane. One of the gentlemen of the game. And now Jimmy Hine trying to start something up for South Australia, give them a chance to get back into this match.
Has a perfect game to his credit of 300. His current average is 200. Jimmy Hine. And this looks good. Left the 10 pin standing there in the right-hand corner.
Come on.
Getting encouragement to go back and get the spare. Gave it plenty of room, was pleased with the shot, riding it, but not to be a 10 pin.
They need to close this frame down.
There it is.
Jimmy doesn't let South Australia down, and he does exactly that.
And as we see, flattens the ball out, goes a lot straighter towards that right-hand corner, and there's the 10 pin.
Queensland, they're still in front by 12. Encounter in the Coca Cola 10-pin Classic. Queensland in front of South Australia. Tony Roderick come up to the line. The Queensland team, he's the captain. His whole life seems to be 10-pin bowling. He's a pro shop operator. Local boy here in Queensland. He's bending back for him. It goes down.
There's the one.
They all go tumbling down. For Roderick and the local crowd here deserve him with a big, big round of applause.
Gave a bit more angle on the ball, that is. He moved his feet perhaps a little bit to the right, gave it a bit more angle, and allowed the ball to do the work at the other end.
I think he enjoyed that too.
I think it was a relief for him as we see Brenton studying, looking.
If anyone enjoys a strike more than Tony Roderick, it'd have to be Brenton Dave.
That's true.
We'd like to see him come up with one for South Australia. Coming back now.
Oh, look at that pin come across the deck, but not to be. Not to be. That was a much better shot. Thumb straighter up on the release, which means the ball's going to go straighter for a little bit longer. Starts riding it in. The ball disappears. The pin comes across the deck. Oh, thinks he needs a shotgun to get rid of that one.
It might be a bit easier. He is a police officer after him.
Exactly. He's a federal police officer.
He does it anyway with a 10-pin bowling ball.
One of the things, if I might say, that Brenton has in his favour is he has an incredible memory. He's able to quote scores and lines these shot and bowling centres from years and years before, specific lanes he bowled on in specific tournaments. So he'll remember that frame.
Kelly Hurd has a strike in this second round. Would like to make it two. It looks good.
There it is.
It does. Kelly, the hometown hero at the moment. The third ball strike. She's happy, relieved. The smile comes out.
That's it. That gives Queensland the double. She likes that shot. Yes. Really intense in riding that shot. Now, South Australia want to get back into the game. They need to do something here.
Joanne Spencer just missing the head pin. yet to really strike her form.
No, I'm surprised that she's using the equipment she is. She has a softer case ball, which will give her a little bit more hook at the other end. That ball just seems to be skidding too far and not actually getting any curve on the pin end of the deck.
Joanne Spencer
All right, Joe, yeah,
tidies it up well.
Good shot. All right.
Good confidence booster for South Australia.
As we see the cover of the spare, the sleeper at the back, but good, easy cover. Tony Kelly now.
A real stylist, isn't he, Tony Kelly?
Textbook style. And with the new equipment out now, the good strokers like Tony can capitalise on it.
Hooking back.
Oh, yes!
Good, yes!
You beaut, she says.
For the locals. Locals are finding a bit of luck here.
There's the 3 strikes.
It's a turkey.
That's right, 1 to each player in the team. As we see the pins basically exploded off the deck. He's given it room, given it angle. Yes, he was absolutely wrapped in that shot.
Glad he did that because we just gave him the big wrap and everything.
Now Jim Hine. Yes, he's carried.
What a way to reply. Jimmy Hine for South Australia.
And if South Australia strike out, they've got a possible 178 here. But Jim, a little bit deeper in the knee, a little bit more skewered, hold and strike.
When we come back, we'll be looking at the exciting final frame of this contest between Queensland and South Australia. The 10th frame here, Queensland versus South Australia. With Queensland well and truly in control, and the home crowd loving every moment of it. No one enjoying it more than the skipper, Tony Roderick, has led the team well, but they've all chipped in. Kelly Hyde, Tony Kelly, and now Tony Roderick. You want to finish the job off. Turn those screws.
Oh! Trusted it a wee bit too much. And it didn't quite come back as hard. So he sends the ball out to the edge of the gutter, waiting for it, riding the ball to come back. Not quite. So he's left with the 3-7 split. Looking, shaking his head, evaluating how he's going to go for it. Try and get that pin to slide over into the corner. Oh, he gave it a shot.
Great try.
Gave it a great try. Good effort. So now it becomes very interesting. Queensland's total score, 178. And if South Australia can strike out,
It'll be all tied up.
it'll be even Stevens on 178. So now the pressure's back on the South Australian captain, Brenton Davey.
So Davey, he likes handling pressure.
If he's got a swing shot, he can play it really well.
Davey needs a strike, though.
He's got to get the first one. How's it look? Yes!
So now, Davey,
Whoa,
under
look
pressure.
at that. He looks so calm.
Oh, he's pumped up. He enjoyed that. Look at the mean face he's got.
Exactly. What application. What application. And all the pins disappear, as we see. Trusting the ball to go down there. It's 1 down, 2 to go.
So, Davey, he needs another.
1 more.
Setting up a great
Give
finish.
it some room, give it some room. Oh, too much, too much. That's it, that sews it up. He needed that one. So Queensland will be the victors on this occasion.
And they're very relieved there. Now they're smiling in the background.
Now they can relax. As we see the ball too light, leaving that Christmas tree cluster on the right-hand side of the lane for the left-hand bowler.
Davey talking to himself. He'd like to finish off in grand fashion if he can. And he does
Good
so.
cover, good cover.
So a good effort by
Thanks, guys.
Brenton Davey as he congratulates the Queensland team. Tony Roderick, Kelly Hurd, and Tony Kelly. So Queensland in an exciting contest over South Australia. They've won by 13. We'll be back next week with more from the Coca-Cola 10-Pin Classic.